young man traveled far to seek the advice of a wise monk, feeling burdened by negative thoughts and a constant sense of heaviness. When he arrived, he said, "Master, my mind is filled with anger, resentment, and thoughts I cannot seem to let go of. How can I find peace and remove this bad energy from my mind?" The monk listened, then nodded with a gentle smile. "Let us walk together," he said, leading the young man down a quiet forest path. "I'll share with you how to free your mind." Negative energy, or bad thoughts, the monk explained, often arise from our attachments to past hurts, to unfulfilled desires, or to fears of the future. These thoughts, like stones in a stream, block the flow of our inner peace. The young man nodded, realizing how much time he spent clinging to painful memories and future anxieties. "When we hold on to what weighs us down," the monk continued, "we create our own suffering. Our first step is to recognize these attachments, seeing them for what they are: visitors in the mind, not permanent residents." The monk bent down, picking up a handful of small stones, and dropped them one by one into the stream. "Imagine each of these stones is a worry, a grudge, or a fear," he said. "When we let go of what we cannot control, we free ourselves from needless suffering. By clinging to these things, we keep the water of our minds from flowing freely." He looked at the young man and added, "Letting go doesn't mean ignoring problems, but it does mean choosing peace over holding on to what we cannot change." The young man watched the stones sink, feeling the weight begin to lift from his own heart. Removing bad energy is not only about letting go, the monk explained, but also about choosing what we let in. Just as we clear out our homes to make space for what brings us joy, we must do the same with our minds. Replace negative thoughts with kindness, with gratitude, with moments of beauty, simple things that uplift us. The young man held the flower, feeling a new sense of clarity. What we focus on, we amplify. By nurturing positive thoughts, we slowly transform our inner landscape. "The mind is like a garden," the monk continued. "Without mindfulness, weeds of negativity take root. But with mindfulness, we can see these weeds, acknowledge them, and gently pull them out before they grow deeper." He invited the young man to sit quietly, focusing on his breath. "Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, imagine releasing one negative thought or worry with each breath. In this way, we cultivate peace, moment by moment, breath by breath." The young man felt his mind quiet, sensing the power of this simple practice. The monk spoke again. "Another source of negative energy is often our own judgment and anger, toward others and toward ourselves. But when we practice compassion, even for those who've wronged us, we free ourselves from bitterness. Forgiveness is not for them, but for our own peace of mind. When we release judgment, we open ourselves to peace." The young man thought of the grudges he had held, feeling a sense of relief wash over him as he realized he could let them go. The monk continued, "In moments of silence and solitude, we find our truest selves. Take time each day to be alone, to disconnect from the noise of the world and listen to your inner voice. Silence is where clarity is born, where the chaos in our minds can settle like still water." The young man felt grateful for the peace he found in those few moments of silence, realizing that he could create this space within himself whenever he needed to. As the sun began to set, the young man thanked the monk, feeling lighter than he had in years. He understood now that he could clear his mind of negative energy, not by fighting or fearing it, but by gently letting it go and nurturing what was good. With each step, he felt more at peace, knowing that he had the tools to free himself from negativity and embrace a life of calm and balance. Bad energy can weigh us down, but the power to remove it is within you. Remember, the thoughts you choose to keep shape your inner world. If this story resonated with you, give this video a like and consider subscribing for more journeys into wisdom and peace. Let us know in the comments. What are some thoughts you'd like to release? Let's all support each other in choosing peace.